Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. If you like wrestling in general, I book WWE as how I should see fit. I go back and rework old storylines and I review old shows. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to book WrestleMania 39, at least the big parts of it. Now, as we all know, Johnny Gargano came back a couple weeks ago. I like Johnny Gargano. He's going to play an important role in WrestleMania. He's going to have a high-profile match. But I'm going to skip all the stuff with that he's doing with Theory right now. I want to skip straight to the Royal Rumble. At the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes comes back. He enters at number 1 to make you think that he's not going to win because he's got to go the long distance. But we get down to number 24. Number 24 is Seth Rollins. He immediately goes after Cody to try to redeem himself for what happened last year. Well, Cody outsmarts him, pulls the rope down, and Seth goes flying, and he basically eliminates himself. Well, the next entrant is Johnny Gargano. And Johnny and Seth pass each other as Seth's on his way out. And Seth ends up attacking him from behind and curb stomping him onto the floor. So, you think Johnny is out. The last 4 comes down to Cody Rhodes, Nakamura, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre. Well, as Nakamura is going for the Kinshasa, Cody ducks, and Nakamura sends his own self flying out. And Cody goes over to Sheamus and Drew, who are brawling, and eliminates the both of them. So you think Cody has won, but Johnny Gargano is still in it. He is pulling himself up on the apron. He stares down Cody, and then as he enters the ring, fists start flying, and this little match within a match happens to be about 10 minutes long. Well, it ends when both of them end up on the apron, and Johnny Gargano hits him with a super kick, but Cody falls back inside. And as Johnny tries to get back in, Cody catches him with a crossroads on the ropes and eliminates him. So Cody's going to WrestleMania. He's going to face Roman Reigns. Oh, at the next Saudi Arabia event, they're going to have the Elimination Chamber. There's 6 guys like normal. Winner's going to face Bobby Lashley for the U.S. title at WrestleMania. Now you got Johnny Gargano, Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Ricochet, Riddle, and Omos. The match starts with Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano. And within seconds, Johnny rolls up Seth and pins him. Seth is frustrated, he's irate, but he leaves. Later on, it comes down to Kevin Owens and Johnny Gargano, and when it looks like Johnny Gargano has it won, then Seth comes back out with a chair, gets in the ring, starts beating up Johnny. And because, Kevin is the prize fighter, he's a tweener, he's not a heel or a face. He goes for the win, but Johnny kicks out. And he ends up hitting a pop-up powerbomb on the steel grate and rolls Johnny back inside the ring and pins him. So we're going to get Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. That should be a pretty good match. So the next night, Johnny starts calling out Seth for a match at WrestleMania. See who is the best wrestler. Well, Seth brings up the fact that at last year's WrestleMania, he didn't know who his opponent was. So he leads Johnny Gargano on, telling him he may wrestle him, he may not. And this all goes up until the very final Raw before WrestleMania. And Seth and Johnny are in the ring. On the final episode of Raw before Mania, Johnny and Seth are in the ring. Seth says he would rather miss out on WrestleMania than to wrestle a loser like Johnny. That's when Becky Lynch comes out. Becky Lynch says, "I love you, Seth, but I didn't realize that when I married you, I was marrying a chicken shit." So that goads Seth into accepting the challenge. But Seth says, "I'll only accept the challenge if we can make history. I want to be the second ever 1-hour Iron Man match in the history of WrestleMania." Johnny Gargano accepts. So we get to WrestleMania. That's the main event of night one. Johnny Gargano, Seth Rollins, 1-hour Iron Man match. Well, it starts out pretty much the way that it has in the past. Johnny Gargano is out wrestling Seth Rollins, and it eventually goes up to nothing. Well, Seth then realizes that he is not going to be able to out wrestle Johnny Gargano, so he introduces the steel chair into the ring and starts just utterly beating the crap out of Johnny Gargano, getting himself disqualified in the process. But he's beating him up so badly that he can score 3 falls easily afterwards. Once after the steel chair is attacked, another after a pedigree, and another after a stomp, and he's tied it up. Before you know it, we're getting down to the last 10 or 15 minutes. And Seth's hit another couple more stomps, and he's up 5-3 right now. So within the last 10 minutes, Johnny's back is up against the wall, really. He starts making a comeback. With 5 minutes left. So Johnny catches Seth in a backslide, manages to get the pin. And so Seth is up 5-4, 5 minutes left. We get down to the final few seconds, 30 seconds left. They're going for the Rollins superplex spot, where he turns it into a Falcon Arrow. Well, he hits the superplex, but whenever it comes to the Falcon Arrow, Johnny is able to reverse that, and he hits a modified reverse 16-19, the kind of that Finn Balor does, but then he goes to the top rope as well, and he hits a flying crossbody. Whenever he lands, he's got about 6 seconds left. And the referee goes down and goes, 1, 2, 3, and just as the 3 count happened, the bell rang. So they go and review the tape, and